right, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 1997 Mazda Miata M Edition. Up front is a 1.8 liter inline 4 and down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this here M Edition Miata for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a 97. I haven't done a 97 yet, and that's the year that I was born. The other reason is the fact that this is an automatic. I don't drive many automatic Miatas, and so I'm excited to share my thoughts with you today. But before we get on to anything else, I have a website, zackpradel.com, where you can buy stickers like this retro sticker pack I have available for just $10. You could also submit your own vehicle to be reviewed by me through a quick and easy submission form. And you could read my behind the scenes blog to see what I'm driving and filming before I post it on the channel. But before we get on to anything else, let's talk about the M Edition. What comes in the M Edition as a train passes by? Well, the M Edition was offered from 1994 through 1997, this being the final year, and with every year, some slight differences were offered, especially the color. So each model year of the M Edition got a different specific color. This one is Marina Green Mica. So what comes in the M Edition package for 97 is the Nardi wood shift knob if you got the manual transmission, wood parking brake handle, 15-inch polished 6-spoke alloy wheels, which these are aftermarket on this car, cut pile carpeting, stainless steel sill plates, air conditioning, premium sound system with CD player and headrest speakers, exterior badge, M logo on the seat backs and tachometer, M Edition pen, key fob, and lapel pin, custom floor mats, and popular equipment package, which included power steering, leather wrapped steering wheel, power mirrors, Torsen limited slip differential, cruise control, power windows, power antenna, and a rear subframe brace. And this also came with an optional hardtop, automatic transmission, and ABS. For 1997, 3,002 of these were produced. I'm not sure why Mazda added the extra 2, but 3,002 were made, and it was originally sold for $24,485, which is actually $275 less than the 1996 M Edition. Kind of interesting there. So the M Edition was supposed to be the ultimate Miata. It got way nicer features than the stock Miata did. And what makes the 97 even more special is that this was the final year of the NA Miata. This was the final year for pop-up headlights in a Miata. So that's really special. Let's get back to that 1.8 liter under the hood, making about 130-ish horsepower. Well, it's a BP engine known in the Mazda community, and the 1.8 liter was the bigger engine offered in the NA. The first couple of years, 90 through 93, offered the 1.6 liter. However, in 94, they jumped up to the 1.8, made a little bit more horsepower, and it's a little bit more desirable of an engine. Now, of course, there's always a group that prefers the 1.6 liter, but that's to be expected. It's a really good engine, it's a really fun engine, and definitely offers a little bit nicer of a punch, stock for stock, than the 1.6 of yesteryear. Like I said, paired to it, 4-speed automatic transmission. Now, this might upset a couple of people, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's a sports car. The Miata needs a manual transmission. And while I don't disagree, I would much rather prefer a manual transmission in Miatas. I think that they feel great. It's one of the best manual transmissions I've ever driven in my over 750 car reviews, so that's saying something. But I'd like to share a story, and I promise it'll tie into this automatic transmission. Last summer, I was out in Colorado with my girlfriend, and we went to Pikes Peak, the very famous mountain in the Colorado Springs area where they always have the Pikes Peak hill climb. And I drove my car up Pikes Peak. It was a very cool experience. However, at the time, the summit of Pikes Peak, the very top, was actually closed. We couldn't access it. They were renovating the roads up there, and so we couldn't reach the top. But we could go up about 80% of the way. And so we did. And it was a fantastic experience. And the reason I bring that up with the automatic transmission in the Miata is that, yes, I prefer the manual. However, I don't think you should completely write off an automatic Miata just because of the automatic. You still get the great driving feel and suspension feel of an NA Miata. You still get that excited little 1.8 liter. You still get to put the top down. You still get 80% of that Miata experience with the automatic. And so it's sort of a scenario where don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, in the fact that I think these are still worthy cars. I think these are still important and can be fun. And for a Miata, that's all that really matters. Last but not least about the drivetrain, of course the Miata is rear-wheel drive and it has that torsion limited slip differential out back, which is just fantastic. With all of that being said, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me I have 5 different gauges. On the left is my fuel, then I get my tachometer with that sweet M Edition badge. In the center, I get my oil pressure, and on the right, I have my speedometer and coolant temperature. Moving on to the steering wheel, I do have an airbag, as well as 2 thumb horn buttons, which is really cool. And then moving off to the left, I have my gauge dimmer switch and my cruise control. So the M Edition does get cruise control as well. Moving on to the door, I have my latch to get in and out and my upgraded sound system. This looks aftermarket, but like I said in my 96 M Edition review, it is not. And moving into the center, we get our hazard switch, our headlight switch, so you can pop the headlights up whenever you want. A very, very well utilized button in the Miata community. Then we have the climate controls themselves, very basic, of fan speed off the left, temperature in the center middle, and where to send it in the bottom middle. I then have an aftermarket radio in here because of course every radio from the 90s was pretty terrible. Then we have the shifter itself. Here is the automatic shifter, kind of a rarity, a rare sight in the Mazda community for sure. And I can put it down into first gear, second gear, or third gear, which is kind of interesting. And I have this little hold button on the side so I can hold it in a specific gear as well. Then I do have 2 tiny cup holders, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the M Edition 97 Miata, and of course it fails because it is a Miata. I don't know of any Miata that has ever passed the big friggin' bottle test. Then I do get my power window switches down below that, very, very nice. And then I get a little cubby. This is where you'll find your fuel cap release and trunk release. Moving on to the seats say M Edition on them, and they have the speakers in the headrest, which is absolutely awesome. And a really cool feature of the M Edition, they're nice and comfortable. Everyone always asks if I will fit in a Miata, and to be fair, it is kind of tight in here for me. I'm about 270 pounds. I stand at about 5'11". I fit in here fine. The big thing I always tell people is that it's not your torso height. That's fine. The roof actually comes up a fair amount. It's your legs. If you have long, big legs, the Miata is really going to be rough for you. Now we got to talk about the looks, and like I said, this is finished in Marina Green Mica, which is a fantastic color. So they offered Montego Blue in 94, Merlot Mica in 95, my personal favorite, of which I've yet to review. Starlight Blue Mica in 96, you guys saw that on my channel previously, and then this is the Marina Green Mica. I think it looks fantastic, and it's a callback to British Racing Green. Now, obviously, Mazda didn't call it British Racing Green because it might have created an issue, but in their advertising, they obviously nodded to it when they said, "In our newest green, you detect shades of the past," which is obviously a reference to British Racing Green. You can also find a Hot Wheels of nearly this exact car with the tan interior and green exterior. However, I've not been able to track that down. I think it's either a Target or GameStop exclusive. So happy hunting to my fellow Hot Wheels enthusiasts. But now let's get to my final thoughts here on the M Edition from 1997. Well, I think this car is incredibly cool, and I'm honestly not at all bothered by the automatic transmission. It's doing an okay job shifting. Is it super sporty? No, but that's all right. I think it's really cool that Mazda offered these M Edition cars, and I think it's so special that this here in 97 was the last year of the NA. This is saying goodbye to a lot of people's favorite generation of the Miata. It's saying goodbye to those pop-up headlights. It's saying goodbye to the first kickoff of what would become a global phenomenon, a vehicle that's still made 25 years later. And there's something to be said about that. I love this little car. I will always love this little car. And I think the M Edition is just something extra and special. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Daniel for letting me take out his M Edition Miata. This is absolutely awesome. I'm so happy to have this in my video collection with the awesome green paint. I absolutely love it, and that is all thank you to Daniel. Huge thank you to him. We were able to organize this review on super late notice, so much appreciated. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. How's it going? Oh yeah, I'm good. Thank you, I appreciate it.